learning how to use Blender in 30 days. So we're currently on day 8, and I didn't have any amazing goals for today. I wasn't really sure what to do. So the first thing I did was to fix the topology of the coaster for the mug, because for some reason the texture was like rendering on it. It was looking kind of weird. And I saw that the topology was bad, so I was like, well, fixing that will probably do something. And it did. It actually ended up fixing it, so that's great. That's a win of some sorts. And so the main thing I ended up focusing on was doing some texturing, some procedural shading, using some of the different shading nodes to create different shading effects. It's something I've done a little experimenting with, but not really. I did a little bit the one time I experimented with some like texturing and stuff, but didn't really do a whole lot with texturing and shading, so I decided to get back to that for a little bit. So I put in a sink. I was going to decide I'd do like a sink and I'd put some water in it as well, because I want to experiment with one other type of water, doing like with the shading and the texturing of the water, making it kind of look realistic, but still kind of like a static water, not animated. Now I technically could have animated the shading and made it look cool, but I feel like that would look weird when it's in a sink. It's probably not going to be like sloshing around like waves most of the time. If no one's using the sink and if there's water in it, it's not gonna like be sloshing around. That would be unrealistic. So I thought it would be fun to experiment some more different texturing, and it was a bit of a challenge getting it to look nice. Like everything, nothing works, and just like I can never get things to look super good in the Eevee rendering engine. I always have to use cycles for everything. Well, luckily texturing, like the texturing of the sink, I was able to get that looking good in Eevee. It didn't have to use cycles necessarily in order for it to look good. But for the water, I can never get water to look good in Eevee, and that's I think something I want to try eventually. Maybe I could try it either tomorrow or some other time in the future. I don't know. But getting water to look good in Eevee. But it doesn't really matter too much, because like if I'm doing like a realistic render or something, I'm going to be using probably cycles anyways. So I guess it doesn't matter too much. But it is nice to look at the water and have nice looking water in a simpler rendering engine. It just is a nice convenience. So yeah, I ended up being able to do something I wasn't really sure what to do today, and then I ended up doing that, which is actually a lot of fun, playing around with stuff. So yeah, anyways, that's it for today's episode of this challenge. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys tomorrow.